Hey, Basket Brains, Kirby here, aka Darkwing Disc. And one of my cats was sick last week, so I went up to him and asked, "How are you, feline?" Alongside of me, as always, is the fairway finder himself, Ollie DePina. And few people know this about Ollie, but he actually suffers from Zachary disease. His face looks exactly like his butt. Alongside of us this week is a very special guest, and that is Dallas Garber. And Dallas told me that he bought a thesaurus, got home, opened it, and found all the pages were blank. He has no words to describe how angry he is. Welcome to episode 74 of the K.O Disc Golf Show. Episode 74 is the Geodude episode. Famous players that wear the number 74. We got Kenley Jansen and Bruce Matthews. For the Red Sox, we got Connor Wong, and Kenley Jansen had a short stint with our team as well. For the Mariners, there is Jonathan Diaz. And Ollie, you want to hit us with the Giants?
Most notable Giant we got is from 1986 to 1984, Eric Howard. And currently we have Greg Van Roten on our offensive line.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get right into the KO question of the week. We're going to answer this all at the end of the episode, to the best of our knowledge. But do you, when you play a tournament, and I guess this only goes out to the AMs there, but when you play a tournament, do you prefer to get more items in your player pack, or do you prefer to get more script at the end of the tournament? So comment down below, and we'll all kind of give our opinions at the end of the episode. Dallas, thank you so much for joining us, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Just got out of third period. I'm actually in the car, kind of like outside my school. So gonna go right back to fifth period after this.
Cool. What did you have for third period? What class was that?
I had government. My schedule's changed recently, so it's a new class, second day there. It's all right. I think
Okay.
the teacher used to be a PE teacher. He's a little odd. I
Uh,
don't know.
Okay,
classic,
cool.
classic
Cool,
like
cool.
social studies gym teacher vibe out
Oh
of that
yeah.
guy, huh? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny. What do you have for fifth period then?
Fifth period's marketing. I'm running, or
Marketing.
we're going to be running like the student store. So like I'm giving food to kids and stuff like that. It's kind of working towards job experience pretty much.
That's cool.
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
a smart. Like we didn't really have that in high school. We did like a class on like resume building and stuff, but I think that's a lot better to do. Actually, give
Yeah.
kids, actually, yeah, actual like knowledge of the world and stuff. So
Yeah.
that's awesome. What grade are you in?
I'm a senior.
Oh, okay, so last year of high school there. Awesome.
Nice.
hmm
And then so you're physically in school, you're not doing online or you're not doing at home or anything like that?
No, never done online or at home. I guess technically I did online during COVID when couldn't be in
Yeah.
schools. Yeah.
Cool. So is this just like fourth periods just like a lunch period or like a what do they call it, study hall?
Yeah, I only have five classes this year, so I have a free period during fourth. So I got
Cool.
an
Nice.
extended lunch.
A little bit of a chill senior year. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do the people that you go to school with, do they know about your disc golf career and they know like what you do pretty much like I mean it's gotta be just about every night and every weekend.
Yeah, I mean it depends on how good I know them. Like do I want to tell these people that I'm throwing a frisbee in some woods for a living? Uh I mean, most of the time I'll just be like, yeah, I traveled. Like I went to Utah recently. I'm not gonna tell them what for.
Yeah.
Sure.
All my close people know. And most of my teachers know because I have to tell them why I'm gone for weeks on end.
Oh
So,
yeah.
yeah, it
Is
depends.
that kind of is that kind of a weird balance of finding like, hey, I got to take off this Thursday and Friday so I can travel to wherever I'm going for the next week in a tournament? Is that a weird balance for you? Or have you found kind of a good flow with that?
Like to with schoolwork, pretty
Yeah,
much.
schoolwork and just how much time you miss in class and that kind of thing.
Yeah, so it's always been difficult. Uh it's always tough missing like a week or so. I don't think we've really found a balance. Just gotten more used to it, I guess. Uh, I don't know. I've always been a pretty good student too, so I think I handle it better than others would.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you still have a gym class?
No. No, I don't have PE
No,
this year. Uh,
man, that was my favorite. I mean, like I know that's like the classic thing, but like even as an adult now to be like, yeah, to get a group of people to play like a bunch of random games is like impossible. You know, disc golf tournaments are really that version of it now for me, but you know, to get a group of people out to just like play basketball or kickball or something, nowadays I would kill for that kind of thing. Sounds super fun. So,
I didn't like my
no
PE
PE.
classes.
No? Are
No.
you good at other sports and stuff like that, or is disc golf kind of the sport that you fell kind of in line with?
No, I'd say I'm very good at most sports. Uh, but the PE that I was in, we only did like net games. So like volleyball or badminton or pickleball, which
Oh,
I'm all good at, but I don't really care for it. I'd much
sure.
rather be playing some basketball or disc golf. You know, if they had some baskets there, some discs, I could show off a little bit. That'd be fun. I
Yeah,
don't know if I
that'd be
would
That
though.
cool.
would be a that would be a really funny like they're like teaching people how to putt and at like 20 feet you just like drill the basket and they're like what the hell is that. Yeah, I think that would be a
Yeah.
pretty I think that's a pretty cool moment for you. You know, there's not many people that can be like, yeah, this thing that I'm arguably top whatever in the world at, I get to show off in front of my classmates and my peers. That's kind of a cool thing. You should push for a disc golf. Be like, hey teacher, you ever heard of this disc golf thing? So weird. Just kind of play it like you
Yeah.
don't know it at all.
There's a couple teachers in the school who do play that I know of, and I've always thought about asking to play with them. Never will though, because I think it's kind of weird to meet with a teacher outside of school. But
A little bit. Yeah.
yeah,
Do they
yeah.
know they don't know like of you or anything like that?
No, they do. Yeah,
Okay,
some of them
cool.
do. Yeah.
That's sweet. So you're a senior in high school. What does the next couple of years for you look like? You know, do you have college on board in your plans? Are you thinking about maybe taking a couple of years and like seeing what the tour looks like for you and that kind of thing? Like, what's the next couple of years look like?
Yeah, so we've been thinking about this a lot, and we came to the conclusion that's best to graduate early, actually. So I'm graduating a semester early,
Cool.
and because of that, I'm having to take a pretty weird schedule. I'm needing to have like one full credit of English and social studies this semester, so I'm taking two social studies classes and two English classes to graduate in late January. So the plan is to graduate January, go on tour starting in February, and play all the events except for Europe.
Okay, so you're going
Yeah,
full tour next year, like full into
yeah,
it. That's
yeah.
cool. Are you going to be are you traveling with your parents or do you have like a kind of a like a tour group kind of in mind that you plan on traveling with?
Yeah, my dad. I'll probably be traveling with my dad. My mom will have to stay back for work.
Hmm.
And then Stokely's gonna follow the tour and kind of film and create a little vlog of like each tournament and just
Sure.
kind of how
Nice.
it is on tour.
Yeah, the rookie season. I mean, it's pretty cool. Are you still have you played 3 pro tour events in a year? Are you still labeled as a rookie or have you lost your rookie eligibility?
I am still a rookie, so next year is my rookie season. Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
So, I mean, you know, KO Disc Golf Show push, you know, we're pushing for Dallas Garber
Rookie.
2026 Rookie of the Year.
Yep.
Hmm.
Get that Rookie of the Year award for us, man. We're all rooting for you. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
for you. That's awesome. Do you have any long term goals in disc golf? You know, I know the first year on the tour, it's hard to set you know really high expectations because you're not exactly sure what you're going to run into week in and week out. But you know, what are your long term goals in disc golf?
I mean, first is if I can just make it my life, like my lifestyle, if I'm able to make a living off of disc golf and sponsorships and tournament winnings and all that, I mean that's the main goal. I want to be doing this for my life or for my living at least. But objectives and goals in specific tournaments, like if I can get a top 10, top 20 finish, like at least one really, really solid tournament next year, it would be the highlight of my career, I'd say so far.
Sure. Yeah, that's awesome. It's a career that you've already, I mean, speaking of which, a career that you've had a lot of highlights so far. We'd be remiss not to mention how you're on a streak of currently 4 straight A tiers. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Can you name them off for us?
I don't remember the order. I think it was shoot, Columbia Cup, Apex, Rose City, and Washington States. I don't remember if that's the order or not, though. Something like that.
Sounds about right. That's awesome. I've seen you the last few weekends. I went down to Rose City Open and played with you. I think 2 rounds there. We saw each other at Washington State's. You've been a pleasure to play with this year. I mean, not just this year, but especially this year. Just watching you crush and succeed so well has been a lot of fun. Um, I've noticed maybe in the last year to 2 years of playing with you, you've really gained a lot of distance in that time. What do you think contributes to you gaining so much distance in such a short period?
Yeah, I mean, first off, I've just grown so much. I mean, I'm 17. I'm still, going through puberty and all that stuff. Like I'm probably about 6 foot to 6'1" right now, and I'd say 2 years ago I was like 5'6", five
Yeah,
seven.
I used to be taller than you. Not too long ago, I was
Yeah,
taller than you, and I'm not now.
yeah. So just that general like gonna have slightly more muscle. Just gonna be stronger than I was when I was 16. I don't think it's anything necessarily that I'm doing form wise, other than just being a slightly better player and growing up like every other kid.
Hmm. Do you have any kind of exercise or workout program that you're starting now to kind of make sure that you have that longevity in the game, or is that something that you're kind of like, I'm young, I'm kind of just I'm healthy and playing right now? Like, what's is there any kind of, yeah, like what's the off course work look like?
So I definitely don't have a like workout plan. I really should have one, and I just haven't really started it. I stretch a lot. I stretch a lot more than most people I've noticed. Before every
Hmm.
round, practice or tournament, I do about a 15 to 20 minute stretching routine. I warm up a lot, and I really make sure to warm up even if I don't feel like I need to. Because I know like the old timers who are like 40, they're like, "Oh, I wish I stretched when I was 18 years old," and I don't want to be one of them. Um, but yeah, I probably do need to start lifting a little bit more. I have some resistance bands at home that I use sometimes, but it's not the same.
Sure.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
I've definitely noticed you. You have a pretty extensive warm up routine. I've noticed you with your stretches and that kind of thing, and it is something that I think is going to be the trend moving forward in disc golf. And as you start to see these younger and younger players coming up, you're going to see more and more pre-round stretching routines that are a little more deliberate and have a little more thought process to them. Where there's a lot of guys that I play with that are my age, that kind of show up, kind of like move around a little bit, and they're like, we're good to go. And it's like, you're not good to go, man. You're going to hurt tomorrow. So, um, it's great to see. One of the things that people know about you is how you are one of the elite putters in the Pacific Northwest area. Um, what, I guess I have a couple of questions around that, but to start, what gives you that confidence in putting to make so many putts and be so aggressive on so many putts?
Well, the promotional answer should be
Yeah,
the Stokely Wren. I mean,
yeah.
There
Stokely
you
Wren's
go.
so good.
Smart
I was
man,
gonna
Uh,
smart
say
man.
I see all your content videos and all the Stokely promotion. I love them so much. So I literally like popped in my brain like right as he said that. I was like, I know what he's gonna say. That's so funny. I love that.
yeah, so I mean, I do love the Wren. It's my favorite putter I've used. But other than the disc that I'm using for putting, I've always been somebody who changes my form constantly, almost daily at this point. Every single day, I might do a different style putt. Maybe I go more to the hip. Maybe I'm doing a straddle putt instead, or maybe I'm going more spin than push or something. And I think because of that, I'm able to really adjust depending on like the wind or situation that I'm in a tournament. And I think that's helped me develop myself to make a putt from no matter where I am on the course or what obstacle I have in front of me.
Hmm.
Interesting. So you'd say you have a pretty fluid putting technique where it's not just the same release point every time, and it's not the same. You're not putting the
No,
exact same way every time. That's really
no.
interesting.
I really like
Um,
Well,
that. I feel like that's hard to some people feel like if they're doing something different and it's working, they might shy away from that because it's not what they've been practiced to or something. Where that seems pretty. I like that because I feel like I just had some success putting where I was doing something I wouldn't normally do. So that's actually I really like. That was cool
Yeah.
to hear.
I mean, like, have you
Yeah.
ever been to a tournament and you're warming up and you're like, man, I haven't missed a straddle putt this entire time. Sometimes I'll just go to a straddle for that day because that's what it feels like. And then the very next day, same tournament, I'm like, straddle doesn't feel good. I'm not going to do it. It's a
Sure.
daily thing. Yeah.
What is your what kind of like putting mental cues do you have then? So when you're stepping up to putt, and we'll say, I mean, any range, 25 to 35 or whatever, are you thinking to yourself like, hey, bring it down to the hip because that was what was working earlier? Are you thinking to yourself, just elevate this? What's going through your mind when you're stepping up to one of those longer putts?
Yeah, for me especially, it's a huge just mental thing. Whenever I'm missing putts, it's not as much like my form's wrong. It's just mentally I am not putting correctly. I have weekly calls with my grandma, like every single tournament before. This has a point to it. And I break down the holes in the tournament and like what I'm wanting to do. And a lot of the times, my grandpa will chime in and he'll give some like some wisdom to me about like what I should be doing mentally. He doesn't play, but he sees certain things. So he was watching coverage from some other tournament before Washington State's. I had just been going through a really bad putting stretch, and he said to that I'm not extending my arm. Like I was missing short and left a lot because I wasn't
Mm,
extending and fully committing to it. And so like the metaphor he tried to tell me was act like shooting a gun at like a target. You have to fully aim the pistol like locked arm to be able to hit the target that you're wanting. And so during Washington State's before every single putt in my mind, I was telling myself to be like a bullet. So the bullet goes into a straight line and it's going to hit the target and go through the wall of the paper.
Sure. Yeah.
It's like a bullet's not going to slowly fade into the target or whatever. It's going to go straight through it. So I was telling
Yeah.
myself to be like a bullet, not necessarily to putt it hard, but just to commit through the basket instead of just barely getting it there.
Put it
Um,
direct, not lofty. That's a
yes.
great way to think about it. And honestly, all that story makes the collar of your shirt that says Grammy makes so much sense now. That's awesome. That's a really interesting story. So every week you call your grandparents and give them like
Yes.
the tournament rundown, huh? That's awesome.
Yep. Yep. Before and after every round, pretty much.
Very cool.
Yeah.
What does your putting practice look like? How many putts are you throwing per day? How many putters do you have around? Do you have like a certain number that you do per day, or what does that look like?
Yeah, I feel like it's always strange because I consider myself a very good putter, but I've never really practiced putted much. Like I don't have a basket at home. We don't really have anywhere to putt at. So the only putting practice I get is when I'm on the course. I'll putt like 15, 20, 30 times per basket. And I think that gets me more reps in real scenarios that I can be in with like out in the nature, like the wind's a factor, there's trees in the way, maybe the basket's elevated in some way. That's the only way I practice. Sometimes I'll putt with like the drivers that I throw onto the hole, and that helps with angle control, being able to make any disc, any stability from any distance.
That's interesting. Okay, cool. How many putters do you carry in the bag then? Two, three?
I carry three. One of them's the throwing putter though.
Okay,
So
cool,
during practice rounds, those are the three I use just to putt.
sweet. And then my last story before we jump into the rest of the episode, I was going through Instagram and I noticed you had a fat kitty drawing. What's the backstory behind that?
So I love cats. I have a cat at home. Her name's Iceland. I am
Love it.
100% a cat person. I probably won't ever own a dog in my life. So I love cats and I love to draw, and so that's just one of my favorite duels to do is just this really chubby fat cat.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's this specific cat in Arizona that I met. His name's Tony. Very, very, very chunky cat, and that's kind of what the drawing's
Mhm.
based off of. So I guess that doodle would be called Tony. It's the same one every
Tony,
time.
Tony the Chonker.
Yeah.
That's adorable. I don't know if I've told you this before. I have four cats at home. One of which is like that drawing is like a cartoon version of him. He is just like he is just a round guy with a couple of limbs hanging off of him. I love him. He's the best cuddler. So I'm with you on that, man. I'm a cat person through and through myself too.
Oh
So
yeah.
uh, yeah, very cool. Ollie, you got anything for him, or should we jump right into the rest of the show?
Ah, kind of covered everything. A lot of stuff with that. I'm excited to hear about you going on the tour with Chad. I got to, I met him at Delphi like some time ago, and we were just chatting for a while. Me, Roxy, my girlfriend, and him, and we were chatting. I didn't even know he was your dad, and we were just chatting, and then we just it was so he was making me laugh a bunch. It was a fun. We watched like the first 5 holes or so from there, and then we got to play with each other at the roadie course this year. And I got to see you like parked hole 18 at roadie, and I was like, that was kind of like one of the craziest shots I think I've seen of the year in Washington. So I was like, just like cool like that, and yeah, nothing too much besides the questions you asked, Herb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, your dad's awesome. There was a tournament where I didn't recognize him, and he kept coming up and being like, "Hey, nice shot," and I was like, "Thanks, man." And I was like, "I don't know who that guy is, but I really appreciate it." And it was like an hour later, and I was
Yeah.
like, "My God, that's Dallas's dad." And I just had
Yeah,
a
that
really
was
funny like, I
yeah,
was
that
that
was
Rose
Rose
City.
City. It was Rose City.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
we had never played
super funny.
together in Oregon, and so he had never met you in person, I don't think. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
No, I
it's
was like, man,
very
he looks
funny.
really familiar. Yeah, and he kept coming up and being like, really good job, nice job, Kirby. And he knew my name, and I was like, thanks, man. Okay, No, both your parents have always been super, super great. They've been really, really nice to us the whole time. So,
Yeah,
big shout out to them. Ollie,
yeah.
how you doing, man? How's everything going?
It's good. It's good. Just work, trying to bike when I can, and playing some disc golf. Had the tournament this weekend, which was fun.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of excited for some gloomy weather. Oh, me and Roxy are moving in together, which is very exciting at the end of
Woo!
this month. So we're getting our first place together, so that's gonna be fun.
Congratulations. Very cool. Good for you guys. How
Yeah.
many miles did you do last week on the bike?
Off the top of my head, I had my longest ride. It was like a 43 miler, which was kind of
Wow.
fun. But I
Yeah.
think I only hit like 50. I only did like one other one after that, so we were chilling. But
Well, easy week.
yeah, cool week, cool week. But
Nice.
how you doing, Curb?
Doing pretty good. I did we lose Dallas?
Nope.
Oh,
Sorry.
you're right there. Cool. It was good. I ran. No, you're good. I ran the Chinook challenge. I have lots of lessons this week. This is the only day where I don't have a disc golf lesson. So very, very busy week. Looking forward to golfing this weekend. I'm going to do the Ace Run event that Christian Blakely's hosting at SeaTac. And then my buddy Derek and I in the morning are going to go and play 9 holes of ball golf. So that's going to be pretty fun. Um, I had a real old man moment this week. This is going to be kind of fun. I think both of you are going to find this to be kind of silly, but I just found out. I mean, I really and I truly, truly mean that I did not know what this meant in the past. But SMH means shake my head. Did you guys know that? I didn't know
Yes.
that. Yeah, I had no idea. So when I saw that, I saw it on like an Instagram thing, and it was an Instagram post about like stuff for old people to know what the stuff was, and I was like, haha, I know what all of these are. And I got about 2/3 away down the list, and I got to that one, and I was like, no
I'm about to
shit.
search SMH in all my texts with you, and I'm just gonna be
Yo,
so curious what you thought I meant by that.
I ignore it every time because I'm like I don't know what that is, so I just blow over it. So the combination of like mind blown, but also like oh my god, I'm the old guy now it just came in waves. It was so funny though. Um, so that was really really funny. Ratings came out yesterday. I'm at my new career high. I'm at 10-11 now, so jumped
Nice,
up to a new
congrats.
bracket of signing up for pro tour events. That's pretty cool. And then the last thing I want to mention, and we're gonna get more into details about this next week and the week after. But Ollie and I, instead of doing fantasy football this year, we are going to do a thing called Spider League. Basically, we're gonna have people scan spiders that they find in real life and send me pictures of them, and then I'm going to create a bracket, and people are going to battle spiders, kind of like Pokemon characters of sorts. We're going to do like a whole system about how poisonous they are and everything, how dangerous they are to people. I might come up with some kind of rock paper scissors system where some are going to be weak or strong to others. More to come on that later, but if you're interested in Spider League, please reach out. I want to have at least 8 teams, but I'm willing to go up to 24, 36. I do not care. The more people, the merrier. Winner of Spider League is going to get some kind of sick team stamp, Team Discmania stamp disc. I got a bunch of stuff at the house that I'm going to kind of throw at it. So
Any spider
um,
themed stamp discs?
I might. I'll see what I got at the house. I got to have something cool, something Halloween esque. So we're just gonna jump right into. Do you guys notice that the 2026 DGPT schedule came out?
Mm-hmm.
Notice that the Cascade Challenge is not on tour, and I gotta say personally, I'm not a big fan. What do you guys? How do you guys feel about that?
I'm bummed.
Yeah, yeah, I'd say the same. I think Cascade was a great stop on tour and showed off Washington as a high level place for disc golf.
I had a
Yeah,
great time playing it. I thought it seemed like the tour did really well. It seemed like the pro tour players also enjoyed it. There wasn't as much negative feedback as I maybe thought there might have been with some of the holes kind of being so heavily wooded, but it seemed like players really, really liked it. The it being on the Jomez series and kind of being put on the back burner, kind of interesting. I do think the Jomez series is a kind of a shot from the DGPT at the Go Throw Tour. I don't know what you guys do. You guys feel that way?
probably just like to put a supplementary tour in for those players that so they don't have to. They're like taking. They want to. Yeah, I think so. It could be. I mean, it's the
Don't
same kind of content. Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fill up all the weekends.
yeah.
Um, are you going to go up to the? Have you looked at your schedule next year? Are you going to go to the? Are you going to play the Jomez Tour stuff, Dallas?
Yeah, I believe we're gonna be playing the Jomez stuff. Yeah, I
Cool.
don't remember exactly. I'm not the one with
Okay.
schedules. That's all my mom, my manager.
Sure. Yeah. Manager mom. There you
Yeah.
go.
Momager.
Hey, Momager is so much better. Ah, I missed out. That's awesome. Yeah, well, yeah. The Joma series should offer for a lot of like opportunities for players to get coverage that might not be on Pro Tour, lead card coverage and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's a great opportunity for you to get filmed a little bit and kind of get on coverage there. So, and I'm sure the disc golf world will be talking about this new 18-year-old who's on tour and is a rookie. And I mean, even if you start cashing, you're gonna have people that are you're getting attention from people. So,
Yeah, I mean, Disc Golf World mentioned me in their last
um,
video. Which,
I
Hey,
saw
yeah,
that. Yeah, yeah. They mentioned your streak of 4 straight A tiers. So yeah, very cool. You're already making names.
yeah.
You're making a name for yourself. Yeah. We're gonna jump right into the baseball check-in. Um, we're gonna try to keep this real quick. Red Sox are not doing super well. We have a huge chance of making the playoffs, but we're missing our best hitter, Roman Anthony. He's gonna be out until at least maybe the second round of the playoffs. So, not been a good week for the Red Sox. It's tough to score runs when you're missing your best bat and your spark plug leadoff hitter. So, a little disappointing from them. Ollie, what's going on with the Mariners?
we're still in it. Last couple games kind of got some spark back with those last two games we played against who were even playing? Not the Cardinals. It was against the Braves, I believe.
Yeah, they've been having a bad
Yeah,
season.
we had 28 runs in two games against the Braves, which was pretty sweet. So kind of
That's
getting
huge.
back to some like scoring and like heating up again. We just have to. We can't be losing games basically. Houston, luckily, is also not doing very well, so they kind of brought us back into it, which is nice. So
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of a give and take with that, but yeah.
Nice. Dallas, do you wanna say anything about the Dodgers?
Not as of right now. We're doing pretty bad.
Dodgers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that start the other night. I don't know if you watched it with Yamamoto, where he went like
Yep. Eight
eight and two
eight
thirds
and two
scoreless innings, and then they
thirds.
lost.
Yeah. I don't understand why. I mean,
That's a
he got one hit. Just keep him in. Let him finish the game with a one hit game.
Let him go.
Like,
I mean, he wasn't. His pitch count wasn't egregious or
yeah,
anything. I'm with you on that one. Just let him finish it. The complete game is good for vibes for the clubhouse. That was a tough watch though. I watched the highlights of that game, and that was brutal to see.
yeah.
Um, all right, tournament recap presented by Emerald City Discs. Emerald City Discs, the gem of the Pacific Northwest. All right, we're gonna go over three tournaments real quick, kind of rip through these. Episode's going a little long already. First up is the Mountain High Disc Golf powered by Innova Discs. This was at Crystal Mountain. If you haven't been to Crystal Mountain, it is awesome up there. Super, super cool day, super cool adventure. Winning MPO, Caleb Joyner, our guy, Team ECD. He's going to be on next week's episode. I had a feeling he was going to win when earlier this week he messaged me and asked if I take down the W this weekend, can I come on the show? I was like, man, we already got Dallas on, but you're coming on the week after, and I kind of just already had that vibe that he had that confidence that he was going to take down the win. He was envisioning it ahead of time, so so happy for Caleb. This is his favorite tournament, probably the win that he wanted the most throughout the year. So coming in second place was John Babb. Tied for third place was Kenny Clark and Adam Alexander. Winning FPO was Jody Dixon. Winning MP40, Jedediah Domini. Winning MP50, David Fielding. MP60, James Hustis. MA1, Kenneth Sheedy. MA40, Tyler Miller. MA2, Dax Fielding. Nice job to all the winners there. Great Chinook Challenge 2 that happened this past weekend out at SeaTac. That was ran by us here at Emerald City Discs. I took down the victory over Brian Johnson. It was a really, really tough battle, all the way pretty much down to the last hole. Neither of us really played lights out at the end, which kept giving the other person the door open and giving the other person the opportunity to score and tie it up. So it ended up being a really fun battle all the way down to the end because you really didn't know what was happening. Neither of us were really shooting lights out. Taylor Erickson came in third. I love playing with Taylor Erickson. Really, really great person in the area. He doesn't play too many tournaments, but he's a guy who comes from Ultimate who is just buttery smooth all the time. Philip Federhoff won MP40. Don Clark won MP65. Jordan Fisher won MA1. The fucking GOAT. Chuck Knutson won MA60. Jeremy Nguyen won MA2. Isaac Ham won MA3. Isaac Ham's like 11 years old or something like that, so that's cool. Yeah, we're already seeing the next wave of the young kids coming up. It's really, really sweet. And then Todd Williams won MA4. So congratulations to all the winners out there. Really appreciate everybody coming out. Really funny about that is I gave a Darkwing Disc guarantee that there would be no rain, and it definitely rained for an hour, but it was during the break. So Darkwing Disc guarantee, still a good guarantee. Still 100% on that.
There's an asterisk.
Yeah, a little bit. So, all right, last tournament we're gonna go over. This is part of the Evergreen Women's Series. This is Venus of the Vineyard Developmental CEP. I don't know what that part means, but taking down FPO is Jennifer Rice. Winning FA1 was Jordan Lynn. Winning FA40 was Joan Partridge. Winning FA50 was my business partner here at Emerald City Discs,
Woo!
Kayla Signs already. Winning FA2 was Jennifer Awesome Krasbinski, and FA1 was JD Romero. FA4, Caitlin Winter. FJ15, Lilana Areola. FJ10, Stella Garcia. Congratulations to all the winners of Venus of the Vineyards. Very cool. Love watching. We love supporting those women's events, and we love covering them here on the KO Disc Golf Show, even if we got to kind of rip through them a little bit. Ollie, are you ready for the best breakdown of the week?
Yeah.
All right, let's get right into Ollie's breakdown. Ollie, whenever you're ready, go ahead and shoot.
All right. Skipped a few things, no?
I just
Turn
skipped
my
the
look
weather
at-
look at. I skipped the weather look ahead because I don't have the weather up. So
Oh, no worries. All right.
I'm really excited for this one, everyone. I wrote him kind of a diabolical
The
little script here,
Discraft
so
great lick these balls open is what the kid Gannon Burr had to say to take down another event this year. Ice puns, Gannon cannon rhyme, no ball jokes. Ricky Wysocki, am I right? Tied for second place. What temperature does water boil at? 373.15 degrees Kelvin. He marked and Hebenheimer was his name. Oh, Jake Heben climbing the Hyman Hebenheimer. Also getting a T second, Aaron Gossage in fifth with Mick Beast himself. Missy the Missile does not care about Silva's hot final round. The other Gannon secures the win. Silva gained 7 strokes on Missy on the final 4 holes. Hall and Hanley got a third place. Scoggins finished a disappointing 4th place. You know what they say, when you're own, you're own. Thanks.
I loved it, man.
That
Ripped
was
right
horrible.
through.
I had
No,
to.
that was one of the better ones, I would say. I like when you rip through them. It's the faster you go, the smoother it sounds. Not bad. Not bad at all. Not bad. All right, we're gonna answer the KO question of the week. More in player pack or more in script? Ollie, I believe you were playing amateur more recently than the two of us. What's your opinion?
I liked. I mean, it all depended on the player pack, in my opinion. Like, if I was getting a T-shirt, I always loved T-shirts. So if like the T-shirt was part of the player pack, or like some swag, I always like swag. So it depends. Like if it's just a disc, or like I always like the hats. I always like that kind of stuff. I don't mind. It just depends. I don't really need. I don't know. I think
Would
I'm more
you?
player. I lean more towards the player pack.
Would you? Okay, so you'd rather have, let's say, like I don't know, something like a mini basket instead of having more in like your script or something?
Oh no, I'd probably rather have script over a mini basket.
Okay, so it's kind of dependent
I just
on what
want
the
I
item
just want
is.
like a hat or like swag, I think. Like
Okay.
a I like the swag part of it. I don't Some of the doodads, I think Marty Smith did a pretty good job one year with the Farmers Park Open. He had like a goodie bag and it had like one of those like disc mats things you put on when it's
Sure.
like super slippery, and a towel and a meter stick and a couple other things like that, which I thought was cool, but you only need those like once. So it's like I haven't yeah, so there's that as well, but
Hmm.
I feel like yeah, I like this hats, I like the shirts, like remembering the event kind of is always cool, not having to buy that. But
Hmm.
I think it just depends on it for sure.
Yeah. Dallas, what about you?
I've always liked script more. Um, I I always thought players packs were kind of dumb. Uh, especially if it's discs, because it's always going to be like the tournament stamp, and it's always like the one plastic of that company that I will not throw. The Like with
Hmm.
script, I've been able to buy like bags. I've bought one of my favorite bags I bought with script. Some of my favorite discs I bought with script to like the store that was running the event. Um, so I would definitely lean more towards script out of the two.
Nice. I think I lean towards script as well. I honestly have only played two amateur tournaments, and neither of the player packs were really anything special. So I like deciding my own stuff. I like picking out my own discs, and that kind of thing, which kind of goes more to script. Um, if I want to buy like a team, like a tournament stamp disc, have those for sale that I can get with script. I think that's kind of my would be my opinion there. So at ECD, we do pretty minimal player packs, and then try to keep the script, pretty hefty for those that got in there and won. So comment down below, let us know your opinion of that. So all right, getting into the draft this week. This week's a little kind of a funnier, a little bit of a silly draft. It's the good smells draft. We're just drafting stuff that smells good. Ollie, gonna give you the first pick. Go ahead.
Oh, I get the first pick. Okay. I'm gonna go with a all-time goat, lavender. We'll take lavender.
Oh, okay.
I like a good lavender scent. It really calms me down. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
keeps my brain focused. Yeah, one of my favorite scents. I remember my friend when I was growing up had a sauna in his like shower. You could like click a button, it would turn to a sauna, and he had little like scent drops. And the lavender
Oh,
one, that was my go-to.
that sounds super luxurious, man.
Yeah, no, it was very. I have some pretty affluent friends. It was pretty
You ever
Yeah,
nice.
tried
my
those new
goodness.
Nicola Castro putters? It's like got the lavender.
Oh, the lavender.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've seen
yeah.
those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen those. That it caught my eye. Yeah, because I have an AGL disc that smells like. Oh, actually, never mind. Can't give out any
Oh,
cents. Can't give out any
hey,
cents. All right.
spoiler warning. My goodness.
Whew.
Um, Dallas, what do you got for the second pick of the good smells draft?
One of my favorite smells is after vacuuming the house. Like the vacuum kind of leaves a fresh scent to it.
Oh,
Va-
that's
Vacuumed
kind of an
house.
elite pull.
Yeah.
That was out of left field, man. I gotta say, I did not expect that. Nice. I was expecting this to be a pretty food heavy draft, but coming out with like vacuumed house smell is pretty good. Um, so I got back to back picks here. My first one is going to be I really like the smell of when your neighbor is grilling. I really don't care what they're grilling, but just kind of that like faint grilled meat smell kind of coming over. So like neighbor grilling is going to be my number one. And then my number two pick here back to back. Um, I'm going with I'm gonna go with fresh baked bread. And I mean, usually I kind of think of like Subway, like when you walk by a Subway, like that smells really good. But I'm really just thinking like really any baked bread I think is pretty elite. So fresh baked bread. Dallas, back to you.
I would say another going on the food category. I like bacon. Bacon sizzling like in the
Yeah.
morning.
Oh yeah. I used to work
That's
at this burger place, Dallas, and where they're known for their bacon tower. And so every morning I'd go in and like stack this big bacon tower. Every day I'd smell like bacon for like the entire day.
yeah.
It's not awful.
That's a good pick. That's a really nice one. Yeah. If
Not
you ever like
awful.
make yeah. If you ever make bacon in the house and the house smells like bacon for a couple hours afterwards, you're like, not bad.
Yeah.
I don't hate this. Yeah. Ollie, what you got for your number two?
You know, when you're having a little cold or something, you get that fresh like sniff of soup. I feel like that's always like the soup aroma from like a pho bowl we'll take.
Okay, like
Yeah,
pho aroma. All
yeah,
right,
pho aroma. I'm a big fan of.
sure.
And then
Uh,
getting back on my scents, I gotta grab this one of my favorites. Eucalyptus. Gotta grab it before it's gone.
eucalyptus, dude.
Love that minty natural. Just such a banger, you know. I gotta make sure it's get. No, it's on. No, I bet you it's on everyone's board here. Eucalyptus.
Yeah, that was my next pick
Can't say
actually.
it was.
See,
I gotta go deeper into the bag now. Eucalyptus. That was
that
Yeah.
was one of the six.
Oh, all right, eucalyptus. Dallas, what you got next?
cinnamon, specifically like cinnamon pine cones.
Oh,
I love those.
Sure. Yeah, my next pick was going to be apples tossed in
yeah,
cinnamon and
apple
roasted in the
cinnamon.
oven.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, cinnamon's that's a little disappointed right now. That's a really good pick. Um, I I got the wraparound here. Gonna step off of food a little bit.
Oh, I could go unhinged.
I like when you pop open a can of tennis balls.
Mm.
That's a really good smell. Fresh can of tennis balls. And then my last pick here, Sharpies. Um, I've always loved the smell of Sharpies, dude.
I've always loved the smell of Sharpies, dude.
Put the Sharpie down. I don't wanna. Dallas, back to you, bud.
Yeah, my last one. I didn't think any of you would pick it. Tennis balls is kind of similar, but like a fresh, brand new baseball, like a really solid baseball.
Mm.
I always love that smell playing
Yeah,
like
that
Little League.
leather
Oh
smell.
yeah,
Hmm. I get you. Yeah, the little league ones are a little different because they got that rubber core, so those kind of got that little bit of like, kind of rubbery scent. But yeah, that fresh baseball, like if you're at a baseball game and you're lucky enough to get a ball, the ball smells really
yeah,
good. It's like that's a really silly thing to be like, but
it
it does
does.
smell
Yeah,
Like it's got his whole
Maybe it
thing.
was a
Yeah,
little late, but
100%. That's a
definitely.
really
Yeah, I
good
love
pick.
those.
Yeah, Ollie, what you got to finish us out?
Man, I could go kind of unhinged, I feel like. Everything's on
Yeah,
the table
eucalyptus
now.
was a little
But
basic.
I think we're gonna go with freshly cut grass. You know,
Mm.
like on a Sunday morning after a nice little mow session, that grass smell. I was gonna go with like I had like fireworks in mind and like gas.
Oh
I
yeah,
had like some other
gasoline.
gasoline load. I was working at the gas station, like outside Costco last night, and I was like, not that bad over here.
It was kind of nice. I had movie theater popcorn. I
Oh,
had that
that's a
on mine.
banger. I had
Coffee.
roses. Roses.
Yeah,
Oh,
roses.
coffee.
Yeah,
Dang it.
fresh baked cookies, like chocolate chip cookies out of the oven. That smells
Man,
really
give me
good.
coffee over fucking grass now. God.
No, you already got it. All right, to recap, Ollie picked lavender. Ollie picked pho aroma. He picked eucalyptus, and he picked fresh cut grass. Dallas picked a fresh vacuumed house. He picked sizzling bacon. He picked cinnamon pine cones, and he picked a fresh
Well, that's a
baseball.
good team.
I picked fresh. What's
That's
that?
a good team right there. That's a good lineup.
Yeah, that's a solid team. Yeah, you did great. Yeah, yeah. I picked my neighbor grilling. I picked fresh baked bread. I picked fresh can of tennis balls, and I picked Sharpies. I like mine. Mine's got a little bit of
Yeah,
everything. So that was a
yeah.
fun one. It's a little more unique,
I
but
like
pretty
that.
good.
I
We
like
can
that.
agree
Yeah,
Ollie's last.
Dallas,
Epis
thank you. Oh
What?
yeah.
No, let the comments decide. Let the comments decide. Watch. Hey, eucalyptus
Yeah.
fans,
Nah,
rise!
that's so funny.
Dude, I mean,
Dallas, thank you so much for joining us, man. Do you want to
yes,
take a second and thank your sponsors and thank anybody?
Yeah, thank you for having me on. Sponsors I'd like to thank is Stokely Discs. Recently came out with my own signature red. If you guys want to go check that out, it's a great disc. Thank you to Castoplast. Also has a Yolta. That's another Tour Series disc from them. Check that out as well. Disjunction is my retail sponsor. Wild Rose Athletics is my apparel sponsor. I have some sunglasses, Wonder Bread sunglasses that I love. Um, Grammy's disc golf trophies. That is my grandma. She makes disc golf trophies for tournaments. If you are running an event, reach out to
Cool.
her. They're really nice.
yo,
Mojo Riser. I use it for my bag. It's really nice as well. I'm young, but I still gotta, you know, keep my back in check. I don't want to turn out like Scott Stokely and just be all old and this is. I don't want to go old. And I think that's it. I'm probably missing something, but it's fine. We'll deal with it.
Absolute pleasure to have on, man. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. You've been great today.
yeah. Thank you so much, Dallas. Really appreciate you taking some time. That fourth period, you know, we got that KO Disc Golf Show for fourth period. So, uh, yeah, it's been fun. Episode 74. I can't play being mad. I go out there and have fun. It's a game, and that's how I'm going to treat it. Ken Griffey, aim high, shoot low, and we'll see you next week.